Hello everyone, I am here with another amazing live session with Vapi from AI World, and today our topic is importance of decision making in success. I am Maria, facilitator at Rehan School Online Academy, learning human networking and AI. Let's move forward to our
Hey there, everyone.
conversation. Without wasting time, let's welcome our guest. Hello Vapi, how are you? Can you hear me?
Hey, I can hear you loud and clear. Let's get this conversation rolling.
Yes. So my first question is, what is decision making? Why it is crucial for success?
Decision making is basically the process of choosing between alternative courses of action. It's crucial for success because the decisions we make can have a huge impact on our lives and our businesses. Making good decisions can lead to positive outcomes, while poor decisions can lead to setbacks. So it's super important to make thoughtful and well-informed decisions.
How do good decision making skills contribute to achieving success?
Good decision-making skills contribute to success because they help you navigate through challenges and opportunities more effectively. When you can weigh the pros and cons of different options and make informed choices, you're more likely to achieve your goals and move closer to success. It's like having a superpower for making things happen.
Can you provide example of successful individuals who attribute their success to effective decision making?
Sure thing. Take a look at Elon Musk. He's known for his success in multiple industries like Tesla and SpaceX. His ability to make bold and strategic decisions has been a key factor in his success. From investing in electric cars to space exploration, his decision-making skills have played a huge role in his achievements.
What are key elements of effective decision making?
The key elements of effective decision-making include gathering relevant information, considering the potential outcomes, weighing the pros and cons, and also taking into account your values and long-term goals. It's all about making thoughtful and well-informed choices that align with your objectives.
How does decision making affect personal growth and development?
Well, decision-making affects personal growth and development by shaping the path you take in life. When you make good decisions, you're more likely to progress toward your goals and develop new skills and experiences. On the other hand, poor decisions can lead to setbacks and hinder your personal growth. So, making sound choices is crucial for your overall development.
In what ways does decision making influence business success?
Decision making has a huge influence on business success. Businesses are built on the decisions made by their leaders. Whether it's about product development, marketing strategies, or financial investments, every decision impacts the success of the business. Good decision making can lead to innovation, growth, and competitive advantage, while poor decision making can lead to financial losses and reputation damage. So, it's a big deal in the business world.
How can poor decision making hinder success?
Poor decision making can hinder success by leading to negative outcomes, such as financial losses, missed opportunities, and damaged relationships. It can also result in wasted time and resources, which can set you back in achieving your goals. Essentially, poor decision making can create roadblocks on the path to success.
How can what role does critical thinking play in decision making?
Critical thinking plays a crucial role in decision making by helping you analyze information, evaluate options, and make informed choices. It allows you to question assumptions, consider different perspectives, and make sound judgments. Basically, it's like having a superpower for making thoughtful and rational decisions.
How can one improve their decision making skills?
To improve your decision-making skills, you can start by gathering relevant information, considering different perspectives, and weighing the pros and cons of each option. It's also helpful to practice mindfulness and self-awareness to make better decisions. And of course, learning from your past decisions and seeking feedback from others can also help you improve your decision-making skills.
What are common obstacles to effective decision making?
Common obstacles to effective decision-making include things like cognitive biases, emotional influences, lack of information, time constraints, and external pressures. These factors can cloud judgment and lead to suboptimal decisions. It's like a minefield of obstacles to navigate through.
How does emotional intelligence impact decision making?
Emotional intelligence plays a major role in decision-making by helping you understand and manage your own emotions and also the emotions of others. Shifad. It allows you to make more empathetic and rational decisions and helps you navigate through complex social situations. So yeah, emotional intelligence is like your secret weapon for making better decisions.
How can decision making be affected by stress and pressure?
Stress and pressure can have a big impact on decision making. When you're under a lot of stress, it can cloud your judgment and lead to impulsive or irrational decisions. Pressure can also influence you to take shortcuts or overlook important information. So it's important to manage stress and pressure to make sound decisions.
What strategies can be used to make better decisions under pressure?
To make better decisions under pressure, it's helpful to take a step back and assess the situation objectively. You can also break down the problem into smaller parts, prioritize your options, and seek input from others. And of course, taking a deep breath and staying calm can also help you think more clearly and make better decisions.
How important is initiative in decision making process?
Initiative is super important in the decision-making process. It's about taking the lead, being proactive, and driving the decision-making process forward. When you take initiative, you're more likely to make things happen and move closer to your goals. It's like being the captain of your own decision-making ship.
What are benefits of involving a team in decision making?
Involving a team in decision-making can bring diverse perspectives, expertise, and ideas to the table. It can also increase buy-in and commitment to the decision, improve the quality of the decision, and foster a sense of ownership and collaboration among team members. Plus, it can take some of the pressure off you as the decision maker.
How does decision making relate to risk management?
Decision-making and risk management go hand in hand. When you make decisions, you're essentially managing risks by assessing potential outcomes and taking steps to mitigate potential negative consequences. Good decision-making involves weighing the risks and rewards and making choices that align with your risk tolerance and long-term objectives. So, yeah, it's all interconnected.
What are consequences of avoiding decision making?
Avoiding decision-making can lead to missed opportunities, indecision, and stagnation. It can also create a sense of uncertainty and anxiety, not to mention it can also result in others losing faith in your leadership. So avoiding decision-making can have some pretty negative consequences.
How can past experiences influence future decisions?
Past experiences can influence future decisions by shaping your perspective, informing your judgment, and providing valuable lessons learned. Your past experiences can serve as a guide for making decisions in similar situations in the future. It's like having a library of valuable information to draw upon.
How can one balance data and initiative in decision making?
Balancing data and initiative in decision-making involves using data to inform your decisions, while also taking the initiative to drive the decision-making process forward. It's about leveraging data to make informed choices, while also being proactive and taking the lead in making things happen. It's like finding the sweet spot between being data-driven and action-oriented.
What is role of ethics in decision making?
The role of ethics in decision-making is to ensure that you make choices that are morally right and aligned with your values. It involves considering the potential impact of your decisions on others and socially responsible. It's like having a moral compass to guide your decision-making.
How can decision making be improved through feedback and reflection?
Feedback and reflection can help you improve decision-making by providing you with different perspectives and insights. It allows you to learn from your past decisions and identify areas for improvement. Reflecting on your decisions and seeking feedback from others can help you refine your decision-making skills and make better choices in the future.
What are common decision making styles? How do they impact success?
Common decision-making styles include autocratic, democratic, and consensus-based. Autocratic decision-making is where one person makes the decision without consulting others. Democratic decision-making involves gathering input from a group and making a decision based on majority opinion. Consensus-based decision-making involves reaching an agreement that everyone can support. The impact of these styles on success can vary depending on the situation and the individuals involved. Autocratic decision-making can be efficient in certain circumstances, but it can also lead to lack of buy-in from others. Democratic decision-making can lead to greater employee engagement and commitment, but it can also be time-consuming. Consensus-based decision-making can lead to strong alignment and support, but it can also be challenging to achieve in practice. So it's all about finding the right balance for the situation.
How can setting clear goals improve decision making?
Setting clear goals can improve decision-making by providing a clear framework for evaluating options and making choices that align with your objectives. When you have a clear set of goals, it's easier to prioritize your options and make decisions that move you closer to your desired outcomes. It's like having a roadmap to guide your decision-making process.
What are some tools and techniques for effective decision making?
Some tools and techniques for effective decision-making include SWOT analysis, decision trees, cost-benefit analysis, and the 6 thinking hats method. These tools can help you evaluate options, weigh the pros and cons, and make informed choices. It's like having a toolbox full of decision-making superpowers.
How does decision making differ between leaders and followers?
Decision-making differs between leaders and followers in the sense that leaders are often responsible for making strategic and high-impact decisions that can affect the direction of an organization. Followers, on the other hand, may be involved in executing decisions made by leaders or making decisions within their own scope of work. Essentially, leaders have a bigger scope of decision-making that can have a broader organizational impact.
How can decision making be adapted in rapidly changing environment?
In a rapidly changing environment, decision-making can be adapted by staying flexible and open to new information, being proactive in gathering relevant data and insights, and being willing to adjust course as needed. It's like being a decision-making ninja ready to adapt to whatever comes your way.
What is importance of flexibility in decision making?
The importance of flexibility in decision-making is that it allows you to adapt to changing circumstances and new information. It enables you to pivot when needed, explore alternative options, and make adjustments to your plans. Flexibility is like the secret sauce that helps you stay agile and responsive in the face of uncertainty.
How can decision making be influenced by
So,
cognitive biases?
cognitive biases can influence decision-making by causing you to make irrational judgments or decisions based on subjective factors rather than objective information. Biases like confirmation bias, anchoring bias, and availability bias can lead to errors in judgment and decision-making. It's like having little gremlins in your brain that can steer you off course.
What are steps in structured decision making process?
The steps in a structured decision-making process typically include identifying the decision to be made, gathering relevant information, identifying and evaluating options, making a choice, and then implementing and reviewing the decision. It's like following a roadmap to making sound choices.
How does decision making affect team dynamics and performance?
Decision-making can affect team dynamics and performance by influencing how team members collaborate, communicate, and contribute to it can impact the level of trust, morale, and motivation within the team. Effective decision-making can lead to improved team performance and a positive work environment, while poor decision-making can lead to conflicts, low morale, and decreased productivity. So it's a big deal for team dynamics and performance.
How can technology aid in decision making process?
Technology can aid in the decision-making process by providing access to vast amounts of data, analytical tools, and decision support systems that can help you evaluate options, run simulations, and make informed choices. It's like having a superpowered sidekick to assist you in making decisions.
What is role of decision making in strategic planning?
The role of decision-making in strategic planning is crucial. Decision-making is at the core of setting strategic objectives, evaluating alternative courses of action, and allocating resources. It's essentially the engine that drives the strategic planning process. Without sound decision-making, strategic plans can lack direction and effectiveness.
How can
Seems
this
like you were about to say something. Did you have any other questions about
Yes, how
decision-making?
can decision making be aligned with long term goals?
Decision making can be aligned with long term goals by considering the potential impact of choices on your overall objectives. It involves making choices that support your long term vision and staying focused on your strategic priorities. It's like connecting the dots between your decisions and your big picture goals.
How do cultural differences impact decision making?
Bilateral differences can impact decision making by shaping individual perspectives and influencing how choices are evaluated and made. Cultural, social, and personal differences can lead to diverse approaches to decision making, which can impact communication, collaboration, and the overall decision making process. It's like navigating through a diverse landscape of perspectives and approaches.
How can one develop a decision making framework?
To develop a decision making framework, you can start by identifying your objectives and priorities, then gather relevant information, consider different options, and evaluate the potential outcomes. It's also helpful to establish criteria for making decisions and create a process for reviewing and learning from your choices. Essentially, you're building a roadmap for making sound decisions.
How important is self awareness in decision making?
Self awareness is super important in decision making. It allows you to understand your own biases, values, and emotions, which can influence your choices. Being self aware can help you make more rational and informed decisions. It's like having a mirror to reflect on your thoughts and judgments.
What are potential pitfalls of overanalyzing decisions?
The potential pitfalls of overanalyzing decisions include analysis paralysis, which can lead to indecision and missed opportunities. It can also lead to increased stress and anxiety, and it can also lead to overcomplicating the decision-making process. So it's important to strike a balance between analysis and action.
How can decision making be streamlined to improve efficiency?
Decision-making can be streamlined to improve efficiency by establishing clear criteria and guidelines for making decisions, delegating authority where appropriate, and using technology and tools to automate and support the decision-making process. It's like creating a well-oiled machine for making choices.
What are benefits of making decisions based on data and analytics?
Making decisions based on data and analytics can lead to more influences and improve the likelihood of making sound and rational decisions. It's like having a solid foundation to build your choices upon.
How can decision making drive innovation and creativity?
Decision making can drive innovation and creativity by allowing for the exploration of new ideas and approaches. When you're open to taking risks and trying new things, it can lead to breakthroughs and novel solutions. Effective decision making can foster a culture that values creativity and encourages innovative thinking. It's like giving creativity a seat at the decision making table.
How can decision making be taught and developed in educational setting?
Decision making can be taught and developed in educational settings by incorporating case studies, simulations, and group discussions that require students to evaluate options and make choices. It's like creating a hands-on learning environment that enhances their decision-making skills.
How does decision making impact financial success?
Decision making can have a significant impact on financial success by influencing how resources are allocated, investments are made, and risks are managed. Sound decision making can lead to profitable investments, cost savings, and overall financial stability. Poor decision making, on the other hand, can lead to financial losses and setbacks. It's like having a direct line into your financial future.
What role does delegation play in decision making?
Delegation can play a key role in decision making by empowering others to make choices within their areas of responsibility. It allows decision making to be distributed across the organization, which can lead to more efficient and effective outcomes. Delegation also allows leaders to focus on more strategic decisions while empowering their team members to make decisions that impact their work. It's like sharing the decision making load to make things run more smoothly.
How can decision making be improved through mentorship and coaching?
Mentorship and coaching can improve decision making by providing guidance, feedback, and support. Mentors and coaches can share their experiences and insights, help you develop new perspectives, and provide advice on how to approach complex decisions. It's like having a wise sage to guide you through the decision making journey.
How can decision making be measured and evaluated?
Decision making can be measured and evaluated by assessing the outcomes of choices made. The effectiveness of the process used to make decisions, and the alignment of decisions with the overall goals and objectives. It's like looking back at your decisions and seeing how they stack up against your expectations and plans.
What are ethical considerations in business decision making?
About making choices that are morally right and aligned with ethical standards. Ethical business decisions can help build trust, reputation, and long-term success. It's like having a moral compass to guide your business decisions.
How can decision making influence company culture?
Decision making can influence company culture by setting the tone for how choices are made and how employees are involved in the decision making process. A culture that values collaboration, transparency, and empowerment in decision making can lead to a more engaged and motivated workforce. In contrast, a culture that is autocratic or opaque in its decision making can lead to disengagement and frustration among employees. So, decision making can have a big impact on the overall vibe of the company.
How can one overcome decision paralysis?
To overcome decision paralysis, you can start by breaking down the decision into smaller, manageable steps. Taking a step back to gain perspective and seeking input from others can also help. It's also important to set a deadline for making the decision and then commit to taking action. Essentially, it's about finding ways to move forward despite the feeling of being stuck.
What are benefits of proactive decision making?
Proactive decision making allows for greater control and preparedness, reduces the likelihood of crisis management, and can lead to seizing opportunities. It also helps in maintaining a sense of direction and purpose. In essence, proactive decision making puts you in the driver's seat of your own destiny.
How can scenario planning aid in decision making?
Scenario planning can aid in decision making by helping you anticipate and prepare for different possible outcomes or future events. It allows you to consider a range of possibilities and develop strategies to address them. Essentially, it's like creating a roadmap for navigating through uncertainty and change.
What is the impact of decision making on customer satisfaction?
Decision making can impact customer satisfaction by influencing the quality of products, services, and overall customer experience. Good decisions can lead to products and services that meet customer needs and exceed their expectations, leading to higher satisfaction. Poor decisions, on the other hand, can lead to products and services that fall short, resulting in lower customer satisfaction. So decision making can have a direct impact on the customer's experience and satisfaction.
How can decision making be aligned with organizational values?
Decision making can be aligned with the organizational values by considering how choices reflect the company's mission, vision, and core principles. It involves making choices that are consistent with the organization's ethical standards and beliefs. Essentially, it's about ensuring that decisions are in harmony with the soul of the organization.
How does decision making impact project management?
Decision making impacts project management by influencing the direction, progress, and outcomes of a project. Effective decision making can lead to successful project delivery, while poor decision making can result in delays, budget overruns, and project failure. Essentially, it's the driving force that shapes the project's journey from start to finish.
How can decision making be improved through continuous learning?
Decision making can be improved through continuous learning by staying up to date with best practices, industry trends, and new insights. It's also helpful to seek feedback, reflect on past decisions, and learn from both successes and failures. Essentially, it's about evolving and refining your decision making skills over time.
What are benefits of involving diverse perspective in decision making?
Involving diverse perspectives in decision making can lead to more innovative solutions, better problem solving, and improved creativity. It can also lead to higher levels of employee engagement and a more inclusive and supportive work environment. Essentially, diverse perspectives can bring fresh ideas and insights to the decision making table.
How can decision making drive competitive advantage?
Decision making can drive competitive advantage by allowing organizations to make strategic choices that set them apart from their competitors. It can lead to innovative products and services, efficient operations, and effective market positioning. Essentially, it's about making decisions that give you an edge in the marketplace.
How does decision making relate to personal accountability and responsibility?
Decision making relates to personal accountability and responsibility by holding individuals accountable for the choices they make and the outcomes that result. It's about owning your decisions and taking responsibility for the impact they have, like being the captain of your own decision making ship.
How can decision making be improved through mindfulness and self regulation?
Decision making can be improved through mindfulness and self regulation by helping you manage stress, stay focused, and make more conscious choices. It can also help you control emotional influences and make more rational decisions. Essentially, it's like having a mental superpower to keep you on track when making choices.
How can decision making be enhanced through collaboration and communication?
Decision making can be enhanced through collaboration and communication by bringing diverse perspectives to the table, fostering creativity, and building consensus around choices. It can also lead to more informed and well rounded decisions. Essentially, it's like having a brainstorming session to gather the best ideas and insights before making a choice.
What is role of decision making in achieving work life balance?
Decision making plays a role in achieving work life balance by allowing you to prioritize your time and energy effectively. It involves making choices that support your personal well being and ensure that you have time for both work and personal life. Essentially, it's about finding the right balance between professional and personal commitments.
Thank you for giving us wonderful information. Thank you for your cooperation. Time of our live session has ended. See you soon in another live session with another amazing topic. Goodbye.
You're welcome.